Okay, I realize, and you're not alone if you have experience with word problems, say they're impossible to do. And also I'd say is reading is a really important skill, and you want to pay careful attention to it. So what I want to do is go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to try to visualize what I'm reading. As I visualize what I'm reading, though, I might make a picture that you don't agree with, and that's fine, by the way. I can't say that everyone's pictures are going to be the same. So I'm getting a new whiteboard going here. Let me get rid of this. And let me get my pen out. And I'm going to start to visualize. And part of my visualization skills is reading. Right? So it says a freighter sailing due north. So the first thing I start to realize, there's someone going north. The north. This is north to me. This is the freighter. It says a freighter's sailing due north at 12 miles per hour. So I'm going to say this guy's going, his rate, this first guy they're talking about, is 12 miles per hour. And what does he do? He spots a cruiser straight ahead. So what I'm saying is there's a cruiser here. He sees it. What I don't know is I don't know how far the cruiser is away. So I'm going to say this is some distance D. All right, so he spots a cruiser straight ahead. And the cruiser is sailing due east at an unknown speed. So he's going this way over here. This is east now, at some unknown speed. So I'm going to say his speed over here, this cruiser speed, R2, is going to be X, where X, because he's going east, is positive. All right? So then I keep reading. I understand that. A ship going north, he spots a cruiser straight ahead that's heading due east at an unknown speed. It says after 15 minutes, I'll write this over here, 15 minutes has gone by. All right, what's 15 minutes? It's 1/4 of an hour. All right? So after 15 minutes, what happens is the vessels are 10 miles apart. And so what does that mean? Well, he's going to be over here now, and this guy's going to be over here somewhere. And I'm starting to see a right triangle now. And I'm going to say this is 10. So what I want to do is talk about what the right triangle looks like to me. This is 10. This is going to be rate times time, so he's going X, but for 1/4 hour. This is a little more difficult, and this is going to be D minus something. And D minus, well, if he's going 12 miles per hour for 1/4 hour, well, 12 divided by 4 is 3, so it's going to be D minus 3. This is a right triangle. So I'm going to say D minus 3 squared plus, that's going to be X over 4 squared is equal to 10 squared. All right, I'm going to do something that not everyone agrees with. I'm going to try to get rid of that fraction by multiplying both sides by 16. So 16 D minus 3 squared, and 16 times X over 4 squared would just be X squared. And 16 times 10 squared, well, 10 squared is 100. That's 1600. I'm going to solve this equation for X squared because it's the easiest letter to solve it for. So it's 1600 minus 16 D minus 3 squared. All right, now I'm going to keep reading it. And it goes on to say that another 15 minutes has elapsed. And they're 13 miles apart. So I'm going to put that triangle down now. So this guy's further away. And that's going to be X over 2 now, because it's a half hour. Right? So an additional 15 minutes makes a half hour. And what would this be over here? This would be D minus 6 now. Because again, in a half hour, we'd go 6 miles. So I'll write that down. So it's going to be D minus 6 squared plus X over 2 squared is equal to, well, I forgot it. I read it, but I can't, 13 miles apart. So I'll write that down, 13 squared. I am going to multiply both sides by 4. And what do you get? 4 D minus 6 squared. And 4 times that second term is just X squared. That's why I chose the 4, by the way. And 13 squared is 169. So I want to do 169 times 4. 36. let's see, 24, 27. Let's see, 4 and 6. 6, 7, 6. Okay, I'm going to solve for x squared again. So x squared equals 6, 7, 6 minus 4 d minus 6 squared. And by the way, sometimes I don't know what the question is at this point. The question is, how far apart are the vessels when the cruiser is due east of the freighter? I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I'm ready for that. What I'm kind of ready to do is figure out what the x is and what the d is in the problem. Because I have two equations. Let me show you what they are. The two equations I'm looking at now is this one here and this one over here. And I think I could figure out the d and the x. All right? So let me see if I can do that. How do you do that? Well, there's simultaneous equations. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write down 1600 minus 16 d minus 3 squared is the same thing as 676 minus 4 d minus 6 squared. What am I saying? X squared is equal to x squared. Now I got to solve this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 676 from both sides. And that's going to give me 924. Let me make sure that's true. Yeah, it's true. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to both sides. And what do you get there? Let's see, you get 16 minus, I'm sorry, I said 16, but I forgot there's something else there, isn't there? It's 16 times d minus 3 squared minus 4 d minus 6 squared. Again, the policy at my school is no calculators on exams. So this would be nice to have a calculator. It would go a lot quicker. But I'm looking at this thing, I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to divide by 4. All right, I'll write this down for you. So 4 goes into 924. That's 2, 8, 1, 2. 4 goes into 12 3 times. And let's see, that's 12. And then you drop the 4 down, right? So that's 1, right? Put the 4 there. You get 1. 231. Let me just check myself again. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Let me just check it. 800, 120. Yeah, I'm okay. 231. And that's going to be, I'm dividing by 4, right? So 4. This is d squared minus 6d plus 9 minus, I'm dividing by 4, d squared, let's see, minus 12d plus 36. All right, I'm going to keep moving. I got to write this down now, 231. And I want to see if I can do this. So it's 4d squared minus d squared, which is 3d squared. And let me get my eraser out too, because I want to erase that chicken scratch on the side there. I don't need that anymore. And then you get minus 24 plus 12, which is minus 12. I'm going to check it again. So minus 24 plus 12, that's minus 12. Then you get 36 minus 36, which is minus 72. All right, I'm going to keep going. And I get 3d squared minus 12d minus, what's that going to be? I Make sure I didn't make any errors over here. And 36. Oh, you know what? I made an error. It's not minus 72. I'm glad I looked back over that. That would be 36 minus 36, which is 0. That makes it a little bit easier for me. So minus 231. Okay, I'm looking at this and wondering what to do now. I'm going to say, oh, divisible by 3. I'll put this over here. 0, that's d squared divided by 3, minus 4d, minus, let me go through this with you, 3 into 231. Well, let's take a look at that. That's 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 21, I get 77. I'll be honest with you, the problem seems to be working out pretty good now because I get something that's pretty easy to factor. I know what d is. So d, 7, 11, minus, plus. So d equals 11 or d equals minus 7. All right, I'm going to tell you one of those is ridiculous. And the one that's ridiculous is minus 7. And I'll tell you what, think back to the original story. He says he was, ahead of him, so it has to be a positive number. So I'm going to say, I got my d now. I'm not saying they asked for it, but I know what the d is. And my question is, can I figure out what the x is, which is the speed of the vessel? And I want to go back to that, and I'm going to look at it. And looking at it, you really got to figure this out now. So if I know that d is 11, let me get that over there. What's the x? All right, let me get my eraser out too to erase that chicken scratch. So I know that d is 11, right? And what equation you want to choose to do that? I'm going to choose this one, x squared, 676, minus 4, 11 minus 6 is going to be 5, that's going to be 25. And let's see what I can do that there. What do you get? X squared equals, well, 4 times 25 is 100, so you're going to get 576. I want to remind you that x is a positive number. So I'm looking for a positive number when squared. I'm looking at that, I'm going to say 24, but I want to check it. So I'm going to put 24 down, and I'm actually going to square it, which is 24 times 24. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 times 24 is 48. 6, 17, 576. Good. I got that over there. So the original distance is 11 miles, and now the speed, x equals 24 miles per hour. Now, by the way, I'm going to put a box in. I'm not going to say it's the answer to their question. I'm not claiming that. But the question is, what is their question? All right? How far apart are the vessels when the cruiser is due east of the freighter? Now, what does that mean? It means they're at this level, all right? So really, what does it mean? It means how far did that guy go, all right? How far did that guy go, all right? How far did that guy go? So thinking about it, I need to figure some things out, right? So this is 11 miles. I hope you agree with that. That's that distance, by the way. And this guy was going, how fast was he going? Let me just go back over that. 12 miles per hour, right? So it's going to be 12 miles per hour. It's going to be equal to 11. And that's going to be the amount of time it takes. So it's going to be 11 over 12. That equals t. That's time in hours. What was this guy's speed? Oh, 24 miles per hour. Right? We just figured it out. What's the time? 11 over 12. What is it going to give me? Well, 12 goes into 24 2 times. I get 22. This distance here is 22 miles. Let me get my eraser out, because I did put box on things that should not have been boxed. I just thought they were kind of important, by the way. I'm gonna erase this box over here. I'm gonna go back and read it to you. And I do believe it's a tough question, by the way. What was the question again? How far apart are the vessels when the cruiser is due east of the freighter? The answer would be 22 miles. Thank you.